Hi, I'm Steve Dudash at IHT Wealth Management. Welcome to this week's Wealthcast. I just want to touch on this real brief. A couple weeks ago, when the markets were going down really bad, we sent out a little video saying, hey, don't overreact. It's okay. The world's not going to end. Sure enough, we've snapped back just like we've always done. And I just want to point one thing out. Not that saying, hey, we were right. But more importantly, maybe a little education. In the last 100 years, there's been roughly one 10% correction per year for 100 straight years. So there's been about 100 of them where the markets have gone down 10%. And inherently, every single time, people are like, this one's different. This one's going to be terrible. The world's going to end. Blah. And then inherently, it snaps back and people forget about it. Same thing happened a couple weeks ago. This one's different. No, it's not. It's the same thing over and over again. Why I'm saying this is because if you would have invested $1 100 years ago, you would have seen 100 world-ending 10% corrections, and yet your $1 would have grown to about $10,000. Keep that in mind next time there's something dramatic that takes place out there. It's not that big of a deal. More importantly, though, what I really wanted to talk about is, I wrote an article for Forbes that's been out there, and I'm sure we'll put the link on here somewhere, but I get asked all the time, where should I be putting my money? Where's the new ideas and things along those lines? And let's just go with a baseline here. The markets aren't going to have 20% returns again this year or anytime soon. The tax bill already happened. We don't have another one coming. So we got to be a little more realistic. 5 to 7% in the next couple of years is way more realistic on what's going to happen. But if you're looking for something more than that, where is the innovation taking place? And inherently, people always think tech, because that's our generations with the computers and technology. That's where you see bigger growth opportunities. But I want to put in perspective, it's more about who's innovating their company, making their companies more attractive to consumers down the road. For example, 80 years ago, Sears was an innovator. It was that generation's version of a tech company. Now, Sears, the last thing in the world you think of them today as an innovator or tech-oriented, which is why the reason the company's done so bad. But 80 years ago, they came out with a better way of marketing their company through huge catalogs than anyone else could do. And that really skyrocketed the company for a long, long time until the problem is they stopped innovating and, So who today is an innovator in your mind or in our eyes? And so one of the things we wrote about was with Amazon. And I know we all know about Amazon and its story, but I'm talking about the innovation part of it. They are now going to start competing with UPS and FedEx in the delivery system. But at the same time, they're growing their driverless car division. The point of this is a few years from now, when both divisions are up and running and efficient, they can put those together and outcompete anyone else out there that's trying to get into what their niche is, and that is online retail sales. It'll make them more cost effective so they can outprice people again on top of it as other people are trying to compete with them. That's the innovation part that makes a company like that attractive. Yes, they've cornered the market in one area, but they're not just resting on that. They are trying to improve it so that way 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, they're still the leader in that area. So when you are investing and you're looking for something different than just status quo, what kind of company is innovating? What kind of company is going to be the next something that makes them more competitive? That's what you should be looking at. So I hope this helps a little bit. Just wanted to give you a different perspective on things. And if you have any questions, call, email, Twitter, anytime at IHT Wealth. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Bye.